Is an online fitness coach worth it? How you doing, folks? My name is Jimbo. I'm an online fitness coach. And today I wanted to answer the question that you clicked on this video for. Is an online fitness coach worth it? Now, I'll tell you right away, if you want to save time, the answer is yes. But you should probably understand why the answer is yes if you're going to drop any amount of money with anyone, regardless if it's somebody you saw online or it's with me, because I do online coaching as well. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk about what the reasons are and what it actually looks like. Reason number one. Plain and simple, it saves you time. When you go online and you're going down your fitness journey for the first time, regardless of your skill level, maybe you did some lifting growing up, or maybe you've never held a dumbbell before. If you go online, you will find answers to whatever question you have. The only problem becomes once you start really looking in terms of what I should be doing in terms of diet, what I should be doing in terms of training, how often I should be training, what exercises should I be doing, what happens if the scale goes up even though I think I'm eating less, how do I track everything? All of these questions, and there's many more, but all of these questions all of a sudden require an answer. And it's a lot to get your head around. Not to sound like a sales pitch here, but the reason that I got into online fitness coaching was I went down that rabbit hole. And I eventually got my head around all of the stuff related to fitness, but it was incredibly difficult. I would have loved it if somebody had saved me the 100+ hours I spent online, working out myself, learning different things. I would have loved it if somebody just said, here's exactly what you need to do to get results. Here's what you need to eat. Here's how you need to work out. And even if it was stuff that I could have found out myself, just the convenience of somebody giving that to me and also holding me accountable, working with me one-on-one, that to me was very valuable. And that time that they're saving you, giving you essentially that handout, that pamphlet, and checking in with you, holding you accountable every week to make sure you're sticking with the plan and answering any questions you might have. Like, why did I go up in weight if I'm eating less than I should be, according to whatever my calories are supposed to be for the day? A good coach, hopefully, is going to ask, well, what was your water intake like? Maybe are you holding a little bit more water weight? Or what did you eat? Are you actually eating in a calorie deficit, or did you have a little bit more than you were supposed to that day? Having somebody to ask these questions to when you're brand new to fitness, it a lot of times helps people stick with what they're doing and actually see results. Because if you don't stick with whatever plan you have, it doesn't matter how good the plan is for you. If you don't stick to it, you're not going to see anything. Reason number two, it removes the need to keep guessing what's best for you. A lot of times what people end up doing is they spend so much time optimizing or getting everything ready to go to the gym. There are people that go months talking about going to the gym and they never end up making it, or optimizing their plan so it works perfectly with their schedule, and they've never actually put their plan into they've never tried it before. And it's understandable. But what ends up happening when you're doing that is there's a lot of time you spend working out where you think you're wasting time. And it's wasted energy, maybe I should have been doing this or I should have been doing that. If you work with a decent online fitness coach, what they're going to do is they're going to give you a workout that's specific to you, and they will explain why you are doing those specific exercises or those specific workouts. And it also rules out a lot of stuff. You see stuff on social media and you see, well, that exercise looked really good. Maybe that looked like it got a really good squeeze on that muscle. Maybe I should be doing that. When you have a fitness coach, you could say, hey, coach, I saw this thing online. Is this worth my time? Or is this something that we should consider? And a good coach will tell you either A, it does look good, maybe we could incorporate it, or B, they might say, well, we're actually doing this other exercise already, and that hits the same muscle already, so there's no point in changing it, but you could try it if you want. Or C, they might tell you, it looks good online, but unfortunately, there's a lot of reasons why that isn't a good exercise in general. Or maybe it's not a good exercise for them just because of a specific injury. There's a lot of different things, a lot of different knowledge that you get from working with an online fitness coach that makes it easier to not second guess yourself. And anytime you second guess yourself, that's one more reason to not follow the plan you create for yourself. Point number three, it gets you on a real plan. For the first year of almost anyone going to the gym, you're kind of winging. Especially in the beginning, winging it works. You can absolutely make some gains. But wouldn't you like to make more gains? Wouldn't you like it to be a little more optimal? Hence, being on some form of a plan. If you follow a plan, and even if you adhere to it by 70%, That is 70% better, in my opinion, than just going into the gym and moving heavy circles around. Because when you're on a plan and you're tracking the workouts, you're tracking the reps, you're tracking the sets, you're incorporating progressive overload, you're making sure to eat the right amount of food. Again, let's say you only adhere to it by 70%. You miss some workouts here and there. It happens. Let's say you miss a few days on your diet. You eat too many calories or you eat too little, you miss your protein intake. It happens. It's absolutely normal. But you get 70% of that plan done. That is miles better results, in my opinion, than the boys hitting the gym after work and just doing some reps and then doing some, just going at it and just trying to move heavy shit around. You will get much better results on a plan. And when you have a plan that's custom built for you, from a coach, someone that's going to hold you accountable for that specific plan, someone that's taking into account your lifestyle, your work, how much time you have to lift, having someone that takes all that into account. So you basically have a plan ready to go. It's plug and play, and you can just get to lifting, and you don't have to wonder if you're doing everything that's best for you, or if you should be doing more in the gym or less, or whatever the case is. You've got a plan, you're working with the coach tells you that if you do this plan, you will see results. To me, that is a much better guarantee than just winging it. And rightfully so. You might be thinking to yourself, well, Jimbo, I can just get a plan online. I don't need some special thing built by somebody. I can just get a plan online and I'll just eat healthier. And you know what? I'll eat some more protein. How about that? Why do I need to work with somebody to get this? Well, wouldn't it just be easier if someone handed you everything you needed to know, as opposed to trying to figure out or trying to wing it in terms of what's going to be the best for you? Wouldn't it just be easier if someone told you exactly what you needed to do, and then you didn't have to think about it anymore? You could just go into the gym, look at your phone, and see what reps and sets you're doing for a particular workout, and then go at it. Doesn't that sound a bit easier? To me, it does. I keep coming back to the time thing, but my time is valuable. I don't want to spend it trying to figure out what the best thing is for me, or trying to figure out trying to custom create a plan for myself. I just want someone to tell me exactly what I need to do, so that way I see results and I don't have to think about it anymore. To me, that is time saved and money well spent. Reason number 4, accountability. Just knowing that there is someone that is going to be asking me weekly, hey, are you doing the workouts? How's it going? Is there anything you need from me? Just having that person that you're going to have to speak to on a weekly basis, for some, that's enough to keep them on the plan and adhering to it. The number one thing that's going to kill any of your progress in the gym, it's not going to be how optimal your workout is. It's not going to be how optimal your diet is. It's going to be how consistent you are in whatever it is that you're doing. That will be it. So when you have somebody that essentially is there not only to give you all the tools to get results, but is going to hold you accountable to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, that is a huge asset. You hear it oh yeah, consistency is key. It gets a little obnoxious after a while. You hear enough idiots saying it online, but it really is that's the thing. If you can stay consistent in your plan, and again, even if you're 80% consistent, 70% consistent, I'll even say 60% consistent, you get some workouts in, you eat some decent food. Maybe you're not doing everything you're supposed to, but damn it, you're doing something on a consistent basis. That is better than what most people are doing when they're I'm gonna go to the gym this week, and then they go 2 days in a row, and then they don't step foot in that gym for 2 weeks. Who do you think is going to have the better results? That guy, or the dude who's going to the gym twice a week, getting some lifts in, and eating decently throughout the week? It's gonna be the guy. It's gonna be the second guy. So even though to some people, it sounds a bit corny and it sounds almost people pleasy, of course the coach is gonna be I hope you're doing a good job, or whatever you did, I'm glad you did something. That's not the point. The point is to have somebody there that is in your corner and is making sure that you're staying with the plan, someone that motivates you, someone that answers your questions, someone that cares about you. A good coach will be all of those things, and that's what you want. Now you might be thinking, well, Jimbo, what happens after that 3 months you work with the coach, or 6 months? What about then? What's the person gonna do? They're not gonna know what to do now that they don't have a coach in their corner. Wrong. Hopefully, if it's a good coach, they're going to teach you all the things you need to know so you're able to continue on your own path and maintain the physique you've now built or improve upon it. It's something I do for my clients. When they get onboarded working with me, they're sent a video series I've put together that goes over all the information they need to know. So by the time we start working together, we're on the same page. They know how calories work in the body. They understand like why a muscle grows. They understand what progressive overload is. They understand how they're going to be doing their workouts. All these things that in total get you towards your goal. And by the time they're done working with me, they'll know what they need to do. They won't need to keep working with me to see results. They'll know exactly what they need to do to keep being able to improve upon their physique, or like I said, maintain it. Reason number 5, you will see results. This is a pretty simple reason, and we've kind of already touched on this multiple times now, but a good coach is going to be making sure you make progress. It doesn't matter what your goal is. A good coach is going to be asking about like, hey, are we going down in weight? Or hey, are we going up in weight? I know you wanted to bulk up. I know you wanted to put on muscle. Is the calorie split that we've put together, are we actually going up in weight? And a good coach wants to see results from you. Otherwise, if they don't see any kind of results, they're not going to keep you very long as a client. But they want to make sure you see results. And given that you stick with the plan, you're going to see something happen. It's not going to be after a day. It's not going to be after a week. But when you look at a progress photo 4 weeks after you're starting, you might notice something's a little bit different in the mirror. And after 12 weeks, you might go, holy shit, I look like a different person. In 24 weeks, good God. Depending on what age you are, what kind of training you're doing, you might look like a completely different person. And a coach wants that for you. A coach wants to see you have good results. And when you work with the coach who is there, like their job is to make sure that you get results in the gym, that all the work that you're doing is amounting to something, that is miles better than going about it yourself, where you're kind of just hoping that all of this stuff you've looked up online, these workout plans you've found, these YouTube videos you've watched, these supplements you've bought, you are hoping that they're going to do something. And when you're going at it alone and it's the first time you're really doing it and you don't know what to look for in terms of progress, like what's acceptable or, what is or isn't progress, it's really hard to gauge whether or not everything you're doing is worth it. When you're with the coach and they're having you take progress photos, they're checking in with you, they're changing your workout plan accordingly, they're changing your diet, your calorie intake, your macros, they're changing all these according to what they see in the training apps that they use or however they're logging the progress, you're gonna see results that way because they are making sure you're getting results. All you gotta do is show up. Whereas if you're going at it alone, there's a lot more variables at play. So with all of that, in my opinion, I think it's absolutely worth hiring a coach. As I mentioned, I do personal training. If you're interested, you can book a call with me. The link is in the description down below. But the way that I operate is I help people jump past that first 6 to 8 months, even a year of figuring out in the gym. I get them on a custom plan. I get them on a custom nutrition plan. I help them jump past the whole figuring out phase. So that way they can get in the gym, they can start seeing results immediately, and they actually know what they're doing in the gym. So if you're interested, the link is in the description down below. I'd love to have you as a client, but I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope whether you go with me, you go with somebody else you see online, I wish you the best in your fitness journey because it is amazing how much of a ripple effect getting into fitness has on anyone's life, really. It had a huge one in mine. That's why I became a personal trainer, because of how big of an impact it had. But I wish you the best. I wish you luck. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.